Hey, Psychiant Learn Psychology fam! Buckle up, because today we're re-diving into an electrifying story that are going to spark your mind and soul. Welcome to another episode where we uncover the deepest lessons of human resilience and wisdom, straight from the heart of history to your screen. Picture this. It's the 1740s in America. Along the wild banks of the Allegheny River, the Lenape people, proud and connected to their land, face a storm of change as settlers threaten their way of life. Enter Awinita, a young woman with no weapons but her unshakable wisdom. In a time of division and despair, she rises to guide her people, not with anger, but with a vision to preserve their identity against all odds. This isn't just a story. It is a masterclass in facing life, as heavy as challenges with grace and strength. So grab your coffee, lean in, and let's unravel the silent river. A Lenape tale of wisdom and resilience. Trust me, there's a powerful lesson waiting for you that'll hit you right in the feels and inspire you to tackle your own obstacles. Don't miss a second. Let's get started.
In the heart of the American wilderness, where the Allegheny River carved its path through ancient forests, the year was 1745. The Lenape people, a proud and resilient tribe, lived in harmony with the land. Their villages dotted the riverbanks, their lives woven into the rhythm of seasons, the songs of birds, and the whispers of the wind. But the world was changing. European settlers encroached, their iron tools and strange customs threatening the delicate balance the Lenape had nurtured for centuries. This is the story of Awinita, a young Lenape woman whose wisdom in facing overwhelming challenges would inspire her people to preserve their identity against insurmountable odds. Awinita was not born a leader. She was the daughter of a weaver, known for her quiet demeanor and keen eyes that seemed to see beyond the surface of things. Her name, meaning fawn, reflected her gentle spirit, but beneath her calm exterior burned a fierce love for her people and their ways. As a child, she listened to the elders' stories, tales of the Great Spirit, the sacred balance of nature, and the ancestors who walked the land before them. These stories were the heartbeat of the Lenape, their identity etched in every word. By 1745, the Lenape faced a crisis. The settlers, with their treaties and promises, demanded land that was not theirs to take. The tribe's hunting grounds shrank, and their sacred sites were desecrated. Some Lenape warriors advocated for war, their anger a fire that threatened to consume them. Others, weary of loss, considered abandoning their traditions to assimilate into the settlers' world. The village was divided, and fear hung heavy like storm clouds over the river. Awinita, now 20 winters old, felt the weight of her people's suffering. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, she sat by the river, seeking guidance. The water, smooth and unyielding, seemed to speak to her. "Be like the river," it whispered. "Flow around obstacles, carve your path with patience, and never lose your essence." These words stirred something within her. She realized that neither rage nor surrender would save her people. Wisdom, not force, would light their way. The next day, Awinita approached the Council of Elders, a bold act for one so young and untested. Her voice trembled, but her words were steady. "We cannot fight the settlers with arrows alone, for their numbers grow like the stars. Nor can we abandon who we are, for that is to die while still breathing. We must find a path that preserves our spirit, even as the world changes." The elders, surprised by her clarity, listened. One, an old man named Tamanend, whose eyes held the wisdom of many winters, nodded. "Speak, child. What is this path?" Awinita shared her vision. The Lenape must strengthen their identity from within. They would teach their children the old stories, songs, and dances with renewed vigor. They would hold ceremonies in secret, away from the settlers' prying eyes. They would trade with the newcomers, learning their ways without losing their own. Most importantly, they would remain united, for division was their greatest enemy. "Like the river," she said, "we must flow together, bending but never breaking." Her words sparked debate. Some warriors scoffed, calling her plan weak. "We need blood, not stories," cried one. But Tamanend raised his hand. "The young one speaks of strength that endures. War may win a day, but wisdom wins a future. Let us try her path." Reluctantly, the council agreed, and Awinita was tasked with leading the effort to preserve their culture, a responsibility that both honored and terrified her. The work began quietly. Awinita gathered the women, the keepers of tradition, and urged them to teach the children. In hidden groves they sang songs of the Great Spirit, wove baskets, and painted symbols of their ancestors. The children, wide-eyed, soaked in every word. Awinita herself taught the story of the first deer, a tale of sacrifice and renewal, ensuring it would not be forgotten. She encouraged the young to ask questions, to understand why their ways mattered. "Our identity," she told them, "is not in the land alone, but in our hearts. Carry it, and no one can take it from you." Meanwhile, Awinita faced the challenge of the settlers. She learned fragments of their language, enough to barter and negotiate. With Tamanend's guidance, she secured small agreements, trading furs for tools, ensuring the Lenape could survive without bowing to the settlers' demands. She walked a delicate line, earning respect from some newcomers who admired her quiet resolve, while deflecting those who sought to exploit her people. Her wisdom lay in knowing when to speak and when to listen, when to stand firm and when to yield. But the path was not without pain. One winter, a group of settlers burned a sacred grove, claiming the land for a fort. The village mourned, and anger flared anew. A young warrior, Netawatwis, gathered others to raid the settlers' camp. Awinita, hearing of the plan, confronted him under the starlit sky. "If you strike now," she said, "you invite their wrath. They will come with guns and fire, and our children will pay the price. Let us rebuild the grove in secret where they cannot find it." Netawatwis, his fists clenched, spat, "You ask us to swallow our pride." Awinita met his gaze. "Pride is a spark. Wisdom is the fire that lasts. Choose what will keep us alive." Her words, soft yet unyielding, swayed him. The raid was abandoned, and the Lenape rebuilt their sacred space deep in the forest, hidden by the river's bend. The act was a quiet victory, a testament to Awinita's belief that endurance was their greatest weapon. As years passed, Awinita's efforts bore fruit. The children grew, their hearts filled with the stories and songs of their people. The Lenape adapted, trading with settlers while guarding their traditions. They faced losses, land, lives, and moments of despair, but their identity remained unbroken. Awinita, now a woman of 30 winters, was no longer the quiet fawn. She was a leader, respected not for her strength in battle, but for her strength in spirit. One spring, as the river swelled with snowmelt, Tamanend called Awinita to his side. His voice was frail, but his eyes still sparkled. "You have shown us the way, child. The river flows because it does not fight the stones in its path. You have taught us to be the river." Awinita, tears in her eyes, bowed her head. "I only listened to the water elder. It was always wiser than me." Tamanend's passing marked a turning point. The Lenape faced new challenges, more settlers, more treaties broken, but Awinita's wisdom had taken root. The people carried their identity like a flame, passing it from generation to generation. Even as some were forced to leave their lands, they took their stories with them, ensuring the Lenape spirit would endure. Awinita's life became a story itself, told by firesides and woven into songs. She was not a warrior who fought with arrows, nor a chief who commanded with force. She was the silent river, flowing through hardship with grace, carving a path for her people to follow. Her legacy was not in battles won, but in a truth she had learned by the Allegheny's banks. Wisdom, not anger, preserves what matters most. In the centuries that followed, the Lenape faced unimaginable trials, displacement, loss, and the weight of a world that sought to erase them. Yet their stories, songs, and spirit survived, carried by those who remembered Awinita's lesson. The river still flows, its waters a reminder that identity, like water, cannot be destroyed. It bends, it adapts, but it remains. And so, in the quiet moments when the wind whispers through the forests of the Allegheny, the Lenape still hear Awinita's voice. Be like the river, she says. Flow together, endure, and never lose who you are. Her story, born in the struggles of 1745, lives on, a beacon of wisdom for all who face heavy burdens and seek the strength to carry on.